Now, nearly 30 years after he passed away, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nigeria's first president, popularly known as Zik of Africa, is remembered as an iconic pan-Nigerian nationalist and a titan of its independence. And that is not hyperbole or me superinflating or overstating the case. He was the portal to so much of what was done to gain independence from the British, a trail-blazing visionary that stood tall, an unyielding advocate for freedom. As those who attended the late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe annual award lecture held in Abuja on Sunday remarked, to remember him is to recall his unwavering commitment to Nigeria's sovereignty, his passion for education, and his dedication to public service. He campaigned victoriously in the southwest, built alliances in the north, and contested elections across regional lines. But there are others for whom his seismic decision to defect from Biafra to Nigeria during the Civil War remains controversial, raising questions about betrayal, loyalty, and the complexities of leadership. Still, for his legion of admirers, that move demonstrated a political vision that transcended parochialism and tribal loyalties. So how much is his legacy today serving as an inflection point and a beacon guiding Nigeria towards greater unity and progress? Well, from this, I'm absolutely thrilled and hugely honored to roll out the red carpet for the author, academic, and widow of Nigeria's first president, Professor Uche Azikiwe, who joins me now in the studio. Thank you ever so much for coming in.
Thank you, Charles, for inviting me.
And I have to say that you're here by default. But it is one default that we're very grateful that it took place.
Thank you.
Now, you married Zik when you were just 26,
yes,
from what I understand.
Yes.
What was it like for you becoming the wife of such a legend?
Charles, I've been answering these questions.
I can imagine.
And I hope after this Arise News prime time, I'll be okay. No more questions.
I like that. You would have answered everything. Well, I'm glad you're doing it on this program.
I always see my marrying Nnamdi Azikiwe as a destiny, God's plan. Because there is no way, growing up in the barracks, my father was a police sergeant major. In the barracks, we lived almost in everywhere, Calabar, Enugu, Lagos. And I had no contact whatsoever with such a person. So, but as God had planned it, and that's why I believe in God, no matter what you say, I believe that there is God. Because if not that it is from God, it wouldn't have been possible. Who am I? So, everything happens according to God's plan. And the story is that she danced. Yes, I danced. From Afikpo. I'm from Afikpo in Ebonyi State now.
Right.
So we danced to entertain politicians in those good old days, in the 60s. So, and
so you caught his eye then?
No, that is the
his rather roving eye.
No, that is that is the misunderstanding there. There were 4 of us: my elder sister, myself, and 2 other girls. So after dancing, our representative at the National, what do they call it before the war? National Assembly.
Yeah, the House of Representatives.
House of Representatives. Over then in the 60s, Chief Nnamdi now informed my dad after months that Zik says he will give scholarship to one of those who danced and to receive them, and one a job. My sister had gone through his teacher training, and I was in standard 6. So it happened that I don't know how they did it. My sister was the one given the job, and I was the one that got the scholarship. So I went for his scholarship for 5 years, or that is 3 years before the war. We all ran away. I ran back to Afikpo. And the only time I see him is with my results at Queen of the Rosary Secondary School in Nsukka. So, and there were many of us, Onitsha, Nsukka, people that were enjoying his scholarship in that Queen of the Rosary Secondary School in Nsukka. So during the war, we all scattered. My father took us to Mbise. At Mbise, they got him. My father is a politician, or was a politician then, and a very strong, good, well-known police officer then. So how they got in touch where he was in Nekede, I think it was in Nekede. So he invited them, the 3 friends, my father, the 2 friends, to come and see him at Nekede. I think he switched around. They said, yes, that I'm with them. So they said I should join them. I just sat quietly with my father. My father was a disciplinarian. He dare not talk or sneeze in his presence. So I just went there, sat where they put me down, and they chatted, and we left. That was when I saw him during the war. Then after the war, one of those who was managing his properties in Abuja, Chief Disu, A.K. Disu, was contacted, according to my father, to reach out to all those that had his scholarship, if we are free. Most of us got married, most of us died. So if we are alive and you want to continue, you are free. So A.K. Disu got in touch with Justice Anyebunam, Fred Anyebunam, yes, from Onitsha, who now got in touch with my father. And I said, sure, I am free, I didn't get married, I'll go back to school. So, but instead of going to KRSS, I now went to Holy Child Secondary School, Sharon, which was nearer to Afikpo, instead of coming to Nsukka. I couldn't make it to Nsukka. So I completed it at Queen of the Holy Child Secondary School in Nsukka, Abuja. No, Abakaliki.
Right.
After that, he asked me, what would you want to be? I said, I want to be a nurse. So he said, okay, I'll send you to the nursing school in London where he sent his younger sisters in the good old days. So I prepared and went to Onitsha, ready for going to London for my nursing school. So it was there that the story changed. Let me
I like that. That's a very interesting story.
So I am a destined child and nothing else.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, I want the whole Nigeria to hear, so no more questions on that.
It's now clear, right?
It's now clear.
But, I mean, you met him after he had become president. I mean, obviously you met him subsequent to his presidency.
No, during the when we danced, I think it was premier.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it was in
No, but what I'm
Lagos.
saying is that you became his wife after he became president.
Yes, 1973.
Yeah. So you never became first lady.
No.
You missed the chance.
No.
When
never.
he was president in the 60s.
Never.
And the second time he tried and lost in 1979, wasn't it? But you were with him at that time.
Yes, I was. Yes.
Did you feel that you'd missed a great great opportunity?
I told you I grew up in the police barracks. I'm a tomboy. Or I was a tomboy
like
then,
that.
growing up. So such things didn't matter to me.
But what was it like for you, though, when he ran for president in 1979 again?
I was an undergraduate, so I wasn't even interested in politics. When he told me he was going back to talk, I said, no, why don't you rest? You've done it. But he said they convinced him, Chief Jim Nwobodo, Chief Samumbakwe, all of them, that they came, that he let him go. So that's why I didn't step out for campaign, nothing. I faced my studies.
Of course, the person who won that election in the end was Shehu Shagari from the north.
Yes.
But just broadly speaking, because I mean, Zik's legacy is extensive, and absolutely towering. What were some of the strengths and weaknesses that you noticed of him as a leader, and how did he balance his vision of Nigeria with the challenges of that time?
I would say I am not interested in politics. I'm not much at all. I faced my family, my children.
So you ignored him most of the time?
I'm telling you. No, they don't see, if they come for their campaign, I don't come out. I don't even.
Yeah, but you must have been aware that you were with an absolute giant in terms of the history of this country.
I do.
So in that context, how would you reflect on his legacy?
Zik was very selfless. He was a selfless leader. And he does not think it must be this. He's a good listener. He listens to everybody around your views, and then decision will be taken.
Which is really what a leader ought to do.
That is it. And I saw him as someone who loves to serve. And if whatever he wants is going to create problem for the majority of the people, he will prefer whatever they want, so that there will be peace.
And certainly one of his legacies was his strong advocacy for education, which affected you directly, because you were a beneficiary. Very
good beneficiary, more than beneficiary. Yes. When I had my second child and I said I want to go back, I saw my classmates in secondary school, in the university. You know, I was just saying, what are you doing? What are you doing in the house? And I had friends around. Uche, why do you want to go to school? What are you going to school for? What are you looking for? So I said, I want to be myself. I want to be independent. I want to serve my people. I'm not just saying in the house like that, you know. So I want to go and get whatever others are doing. So that's how I said I must take my, and we took the first entrance I took, I'm sorry, the first common entrance, university entrance I took, UNN. I didn't make it because I had applied to do education geography. And they said, in the end, when I didn't get the admission, that it was, I must have mathematics in education in West African school certificate. Because of that, I couldn't make it. So I thought that my husband will go call the VC. Yes, look at the problem. She want to move to education English. Can you help? Well, I refused. So I had to repeat the second year.
So you had to earn it, basically.
I had to earn it. That's why I'm so happy of myself.
Indeed.
I earned it. My admission, my everything. I earned it.
And of course, Zik's, I mean, he was known as somebody who was pan-Nigerian. I mean, he was born in the north, he lived across the place, he campaigned across Nigeria, won elections across Nigeria. I mean, how did his vision for Nigerian nationalism and unity reconcile with this country's very complex ethnic and regional dynamics?
I think that's why, because of his love for one Nigeria, that's why some, a minority of the people from our southeast will see him as not thinking for Nigeria and not Ndibo. And that is the last thing he would like to hear about that. He will now, no. He wants Nigeria, and that's all, or Africa.
Right.
And so
but I mean, did he have any regrets about that decision to defect from Biafra to Nigeria?
No. I think he was so happy because without that, I don't think there would have been any Igbo left. They would have wiped all of us out. They would have. There would be no survival, if not that he defected. But he saw the situation on ground. He saw with the eyes of somebody who is matured and so on. That's why he didn't say, let's continue. What did we have? I don't know. I wasn't there. We were all behind the last place we were, but as Ohafia. And suffering, laboring, nothing. And so I don't think, I think it's the right decision to make.
So what lessons can Nigerians learn from Zik's life and legacy, and how can they apply those lessons to contemporary challenges? I think you touched on this in your when you spoke at the
I think
the lecture.
That is what they used yesterday on Sunday was compromise. Yeah, there are certain things you must, if you insist it must be mine, it will destroy the entire 99% if you are a percent in the situation. So Zik was always thinking of the broader, bigger, wider country, and not just himself or the southeast now or eastern region before. No, he was just thinking of Nigeria as a whole. Because I think there is no way a part of Nigeria will progress alone, like southeast, no, or southwest, or northeast or northwest. No. It is when we come together like this, as we are, one Nigeria, that I think we have to move forward. But I don't support anybody thinking of that what Zik did is wrong. He did the right thing.
Right. So in the context of what you just said, well, what are your thoughts on Nigeria's current state? And how do you think Zik would respond to the challenges the country faces today?
I don't know what he would think, but I think that the best thing for us to do is if we will go back to the regional governance.
So you believe in restructuring?
Restructuring. I believe in restructuring, yes.
And how would you like to see, I mean, you were married to him long period of time. I mean, you saw him close up more than most of us. I mean, how would you like to see his legacy commemorated and celebrated in Nigeria? Did you think they're doing enough, or do you think they ought to do more? I
think they are good. What they've done is okay, like the airport, the international airport, the university in Oka, and there are others, there are many. But if there are other things to be done, let it be done. I think because he sacrificed everything according to him. Even on Sunday, the lecturer mentioned it. He compromised. If not, if they had said, no, I led the fight for this independence, I must be the prime minister, there will be no Nigeria then, there will be no independence. So I think we have to borrow a lot from him.
So the lesson from him is compromise.
Compromise.
That even at a point where you feel that this is your, if you like, your birthright,
my birthright,
you still compromise.
For what? For the population, for the wider people, for the greater good, not just you or your family, but for the greater good, for everybody. Because if it is good just for you and not for others, there will be no peace, like what is happening now.
And that is a legacy worth holding on to.
Yes.
I want to thank you very much indeed.
Thank you
Professor
so much.
Uche Azikiwe is
an
author, academic, and widow of Nigeria's first president, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. We're very honored to have had you here. Thank you very much indeed for coming.
It's my pleasure to be here in Arise News.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Join us again tomorrow from me and the entire team here in Abuja. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.